Hi everyone, my name's Juliet and today I'm going to talk about 10 things you need to know before you start narrating your audiobook, which is what I've just done and am continuing to do, and honestly, it's hard. Number 1. Read. If you want to narrate an audiobook, you need to know what they sound like. So if you haven't listened to any audiobooks before, you need to start doing that now. And it doesn't have to cost you anything because most libraries have free audiobook services. The reason this is important is because you need to know how they sound. The speed people narrate at, for example, is very important. Number 2 is equipment. You do need a proper mic, really you do. Buy the best you can afford. I got a Blue Yeti, which I'll put an affiliate link to down in the description. But there are many much more expensive mics, which probably sound better if you can afford them. And learn all the settings before you get started, because those can be quite complicated. However, the good news is you can get away with a botched together audio booth. Mine consists of a large cardboard box, 2 duvets, an old sleeping bag, a pair of curtains, a clothes stand and 2 poles from an old windbreak. I won't bore you with all the iterations that came in between. Just make sure that there's no echo. That's what you're trying to get rid of mainly. Number 3, performance. You do need to be able to sell your book with the narration, so you need to practice. You're never going to sound like an actor, and I don't think you really have to, because the audiobook just has to sound like it's your story. However, if it's fiction, you will need to change the tone of your voice a little to distinguish between different speakers, because otherwise your readers are going to get confused. Number 4, the text. This might happen especially if you haven't read aloud your text before, but some of your sentences can be really clunky to read. If they're clunky to read out loud, they're clunky for people to read in their heads. Change the text, don't be precious about it. The last thing you need when narrating is a series of tongue twisters. 5. The act of narrating. Don't speak straight into the mic. That will increase your mouth sounds. More on that little gem later. Have it at an angle. Have it below you or above you, whatever works for your setting. I also believe that standing up gives you better sound, but test both sitting and standing to see how it sounds to you. Don't shout. Talk normally. If you talk like this, it will sound like you're shouting. That's not good. And don't expect to get it right first time, or second, or third. 6. Audio processing. If you're doing this yourself, which you probably are, be aware that the processing will bring to light all the mouth noises you make. This is because that processing evens out the sound, so it makes the lows higher. Yeah, it's not great. I make a lot of mouth noises. There are things you can do to make it better, but most don't work for me. However, breath sounds don't have to be deleted, especially if they're when someone is speaking. Only delete them if they don't fit with the manuscript. 7. Audio editing. If you're new to this, don't believe any of those estimates on how long it takes to edit the audio. Triple it and add some extra hours in just in case. Seriously, it takes a long time if you don't know what you're doing. I am getting a bit quicker, but not by much. My recommendation would also be not to edit for too long at one time, because like when you turn the TV sound down and after a little while it sounds as loud as it did before. If you listen to audio for too long, all those tiny mouth sounds that don't really need to be edited out will sound like giant monsters in your ears. Really, they will. Number 8, listening. Don't forget to listen to the audio once you've finished it in all the formats that people might be listening to it when they buy it. So, tablet or phone, laptop, with headphones, without headphones. If you listen to it in all these ways, you should be able to get rid of all the glitches. Number 9. Follow the instructions. Carefully read and follow all the processing instructions and formatting instructions that the retailer gives you. Yes, you might make mistakes, but you don't want to be the DIYer that's left with 2 screws and a panel at the end. 10. Sit back nervously and wait to see if it's accepted. Yes, I know you can do this one. You're a writer. That's all for today. I'll be doing more audiobook posts as I continue on my narrating journey, so if you want to see them, make sure you subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.